Next on Action 2 News at 10, we're following breaking news out of the Pulaski area where a school bus is involved in a serious accident. We'll have a live report from the scene. Experts say last year's propane crisis that left families unable to heat their homes won't be repeated again this year. Why? They say it's a matter of storage and preparation. In Grand Chute, police say they're looking for a man who committed an act of indecent exposure in the Fox River Mall parking lot.
From WBAY TV, this is Action 2 News at 10. Coverage you can count on.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Cami is off tonight. We're following breaking news near Pulaski where a school bus and a car have crashed and multiple emergency units are on the scene. That crash happened on Highway 29 at St. Augustine Drive. That's just south of Pulaski. Right now, Highway 29 is closed west of Highway 32. Police on the scene say the crash is quote-unquote horrific. Patrick Nelson joins us now live from the scene with the very latest. Patrick.
Bill, we're on the scene of what first responders are calling a horrible crash, and you can see why. Behind me, you've got volleyball players from Pulaski High School, JV and varsity. We're told that some of these girls were injured in the wreck tonight, but we haven't got the numbers specifically. That information coming from the Pulaski Fire Chief. Now you can see where their bus ended up tonight after a crash on Highway 29. We still are working to learn details about the crash, but you can see here on the roadway on St. Augustine Road near 29, you still see some volleyball players, some parents, some firefighters, even Pulaski police here on the scene to make sure that some of these girls riding on the bus were okay. Now, there were some of the girls here leaving the scene with tears in their eyes, a very traumatic experience for them. And just on the other side of this white truck you see behind me, there is a car that is demolished to the point that I can't even identify what kind of a car it is. Now, again, I'll be working with first responders and the Pulaski Fire Chief to try to learn more information about what transpired here. But again, first responders, when we first got here to the scene, told us we needed to back up because this was a horrible accident. So certainly more details to come tonight, but we're learning that it was the varsity volleyball team and JV volleyball team for Pulaski High School traveling back to the school from Seymour. Again, there are some girls that are injured at the hospital tonight. We do not know what the extent is or the extent of the injuries inside of that car involved with the bus crash, but we'll work to get you that info on Action 2 News this morning. Back to you.
Good afternoon. We begin with breaking news in O'Connell County. That's where fire crews are responding to a mobile home fire this afternoon. It's happening on Pleasant View Drive in the town of Chase. That's just outside the village of Pulaski. Patrick Nelson is at the scene gathering details. Patrick, what can you tell us so far?
Jeff, this has not been an easy task for firefighters. You can probably hear the wind whipping here, frigid temperatures. You can see behind me, there are still fire crews here working to deal with the fire that broke out sometime after 2 o'clock this afternoon here at the Pleasant View mobile homes near Pulaski. Now take a look at video right now of what it looked like when we first got here on the scene before 3 o'clock this afternoon. I counted as many as 5 different fire departments working together to try to get a hand on this fire. Firefighters worked in shifts to go into blinding smoke billowing in the air coming from one of the homes that are here. Many neighbors stood outside in these frozen temperatures as well just to get a better look. Now back here live, I'm told by the Pulaski Community School District that there are more than 20 students that are being held at a local elementary school right now because of road closures as firefighters work to try to deal with this fire. They're asking parents to pick up those students if they can. We're going to stay here on the scene, try to get more information from these fire crews and find out exactly what is unfolding here this afternoon. Reporting live in the town of Chase, Patrick Nelson, Action 2 News.
Quieter scene tonight for the Burke campaign. They are gathering at the Overture Center for Arts in Madison, and that's where Patrick Nelson is tonight. Patrick, what is the scene there tonight?
Cami, here in downtown Madison, there's still music playing for the Mary Burke event here. And it's kind of quiet confusion here because there still has not been an announcement. Now, we did report that ABC News and the AP both have called this race for Governor Walker, but we just heard from some of Mary Burke's fellow Democrats that some of those votes are still coming in from Madison and Milwaukee, so there still has not been an announcement here. So once we hear more, we'll get that word to you. But as for right now, they're still quietly optimistic here in Madison that Mary Burke Burke could possibly become the first female governor in Wisconsin state history. Reporting live in Madison, Patrick Nelson, Action 2 News.
We begin with breaking news tonight out of Oconto County.
A large fire is burning at a home and tavern there in Klondike. Patrick Nelson joins us live with the very latest. Patrick.
Good evening. We are here in Klondike, just west of Coleman in Oconto County. You can see here behind me, fire crews still here on the scene, but the fire that's been burning here all afternoon has been knocked down. Take a look at video as our crew first arrived on the scene. The smell of smoke was so thick that you couldn't go more than a couple seconds without coughing as you tried to breathe in the air. Firefighters were scrambling to try to put out a fire at what we're told is an old tavern that's been closed down for about 6 or 7 years, and there's a home there behind it, both of them looking like they are total losses tonight. We are told by the folks that live here in Klondike that the man that lived in that home, 83 years old, and is a Navy veteran. Now, what's happened here tonight is truly a very sad situation with him losing his home. However, this community is pulling together tonight to make sure that he has the supplies that he needs, a neighbor taking him in, a business owner taking him to get clothes tonight. We're going to be talking with fire crews to find out if they know how this fire started and what they had to do to try to put this out. But again, they had to bring in that bulldozer, completely level this tavern and home here in Klondike, Wisconsin. We'll have more info for you coming up tonight on Action 2 News at 10. Back to you.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. We begin with breaking news from the west side of Green Bay, where police and fire officials say they've discovered a meth lab. Police say they found the lab after a 32-year-old man overdosed on an unknown drug in the 1400 block of West Mason Street. Patrick Nelson is live at the scene with the very latest details. Patrick.
Bill and Cammie investigators say what started out as a call to check on a man who had overdosed on an unknown drug has now turned into a state investigation capturing the attention of this entire neighborhood here along West Mason near Fisk. I'm going to step out of the way here. As you can see, investigators suited up because of the chemicals that they found inside of this building here on Green Bay's west side. The Wisconsin Department of Criminal Investigation is on scene with a response team to clean up the chemicals related to the manufacturing of methamphetamine, better known as meth. To our viewers at home, other drugs were also found inside of this property, including prescription medication being distributed from the residents. Right now, we know that there are 3 people that are in custody on drug-related charges. We're told that investigators will remain here on scene for several hours to comb through the inside of this home and find out exactly what is in there. The good news for people who live and work around this area, they say that it is not a point of danger right now. It is safe, and investigators will continue to work again for several hours. We'll make sure to stay on top of this and let you know what else we learn. I put in a call to the Green Bay Police Department. They say as this investigation continues, they do not have any information at this point, but we'll continue to ask those questions and bring you information as we learn it. Reporting live in Green Bay, Patrick Nelson, Action 2 News.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. We're following breaking news tonight. Green Bay police say they're dealing with a hazmat situation on the north part of Green Bay's Broadway district.
Police there say there is a strong smell of ammonia in the area, but they don't know if there's a spill at this time. Officials are on the scene in the industrial area near Broadway Avenue and Alexander Street. Patrick Nelson is out on the scene. He joins us now live with the latest details. Patrick.
Good evening, Cammie. We're here near Broadway and Augusta Street, near downtown Green Bay, just west of the Fox River. You can see all of these flashing lights here behind me. First responders telling me the situation can be best described as a hazmat/active fire investigation right now. They are not letting me get any closer to the scene than right where I'm standing right now because of how potentially dangerous this is. They say that they're having firefighters down there with gas masks on because of that hazmat leak of some kind. I'm still not exactly sure what is leaking up there, but we're also told that this is being treated as an active fire. I'm working to get more information from first responders and police that are here on the scene. The good news for this neighborhood near North Broadway and Augusta tonight, there have still not been any evacuations, but of course that could change at any time. We'll make sure to update you online and on air throughout our newscast, so stick with Channel 2 all night long. Reporting live in Green Bay, Patrick Nelson, Action 2 News.
We have another update on that breaking story we've been following tonight. Green Bay police say they are dealing with a hazmat situation in the northern part of Green Bay's Broadway district.
We're going back now live to Patrick Nelson, who is on the scene for us. Patrick.
Bill and Cami, Action 2 News is the only station giving you this live look at the action going on here near downtown Green Bay on the west side of the Fox River as firefighters work on what they're calling a hazardous materials situation and an active fire. We're still working to get more information from fire officials on exactly what they're dealing with tonight near North Broadway and Augusta Street in Green Bay. But one thing we do know is that the neighborhood has gotten much darker at this point, and that's because the power has been cut to this neighborhood. WPS telling us that there are at least 85 customers that have had their power cut out tonight, and that's because they're cutting these power lines above us to make sure to protect the firefighters back there as they work at the scene. We'll continue to work with Green Bay police and firefighters to try to bring you the latest information. We'll update that online at WBAY.com. Back to you.